Hi everyone, today I'm doing my stock market portfolio review for the month of February, and this is where I go through my whole stock market portfolio and I reveal all my positions that I have. I see how they've done, and then I see if it has beaten the S&P 500, which is always my target, to try and beat the S&P 500. And over the last 2 years I've done this series, I've beaten the S&P 500, so hopefully we can keep that record going. And actually, every year I've been in the stock market, I beat the S&P 500 as well. So hopefully we keep that run going forward. So we'll see how all my stocks did compared to the S&P 500, and I'll get that up in a second. But any stocks that I'm planning on buying, I'll kind of say towards the end of the video, because there is a few that I'll probably buy. I probably have bought, actually, when this video is uploaded, I probably have bought them, and then I'll probably upload that video hopefully Thursday and tell you which stocks I did buy. But all the stocks that I'm currently looking at buying are companies that I currently already have shares in, so I'm adding to positions that I already own. Because to be honest with you, when I buy companies, I buy them because I like them, and if they go down, I still like them, and it gives me a better opportunity to buy more of them. So I hardly ever sell stocks when they go down. I only sell them when they go up, and then when they do go down, I buy more of the company because I like them in the first place, and I think I'm just going to make more money on them. So I'll talk about that a little bit more towards the end of the video, but we'll get stuck into how my portfolio did in February right now. So as always guys, my stock portfolio review is done from the 29th to the 28th because of February, when it's not a leap year. So JD.com probably have had the earnings by the time this video uploads, but in February it was down 1.16, Microsoft down 3.59, J&J down 10.67, Visa down 11.29, Facebook down 13.78%, Walgreens down 12.47%. CCL was the worst performing stock last month in my portfolio. Obviously, we had the coronavirus and it has taken the toll on the stock portfolio slightly, as has everything. To be fair, it was doing okay until the coronavirus, but obviously it's taken the stock portfolio down a little bit now, but it's down 28%. Alibaba down 1.9%. Tesla was my best performing stock, which I did sell out of on the 5th of February, but I sold out at 26% for the gain for this month. Obviously, over the course of which I've held Tesla, I sold out overall over 250% profit. You know that if you've been watching the videos. Align down 16%, Altria down 19%, Uber down 8%. Dropbox had earnings which were fantastic, and that was up 15.4%, and it was up even more. It was up like 30% at its peak before the coronavirus started hitting the markets. That was up absolutely huge. The only Tesla and Dropbox were the only two stocks to be positive this month. iRobot was down 6.8%, Disney down 13%, and Pinterest was down 11%, but even that was up quite a bit after earnings. I'm still trying to recover from Pinterest like dropping this much and being down like 11% now, because it seemed like that stock would have held that kind of gain. So I'm still shocked that it's come down back to even lower than prices it was at before earnings. So for me, that's just such a bargain right now at these sort of prices. So it's definitely one company that I'll carry on adding into my portfolio as the market kind of stays at these sort of prices. Overall, that gave me a negative 7.32% return. The S&P was down 9.27%, so we were 2% better off than the S&P, but still a negative month. And overall, that has put us negative for the year on negative 2.58%. The S&P is negative 7.56%. So we're still 5% ahead of the S&P, and we're not down absolutely huge. So with this kind of like pullback, to kind of not be like to be at break-even prices really isn't too bad. I'm pretty sure most portfolios are down for this year now. Potentially a lot of them, maybe even more than negative 2% really. So overall, I'm not too bad about that, because like I say, the aim is to stay ahead of the S&P, and at the moment we are still 5% ahead of the S&P 500. So I'll take that at the moment, to be honest with you. So overall, not too bad, still ahead of the S&P. Obviously, hopefully we get it back to positive towards the end of the year. Obviously, it depends what kind of happens with the coronavirus going forward. Stock wise, like I say, I've got no plans to sell any stocks at the moment. adding to the position wise, these are a few stocks I am considering. Like I say, on Thursday I'll reveal all the stocks that I did buy, because I will buy a few next week, but I'm still going to save a little bit of cash. I'm probably going to spend about 1/3 of my cash next week, so I'm still going to keep about 60% in case, you know, the coronavirus takes the stock market down even further, or some stocks down further. So I still think the stock market is kind of at fair value. I don't think it's completely, you know, discounted at the moment, so I kind of want to keep some cash in case the stock market does go down further. But at the same time, there's a few stocks that I see that are undervalued right now, so I am going to be buying probably more shares of Pinterest and Altria. Those are two stocks that I have pretty much convinced myself that I'm going to be buying next week. And then with the free stocks I'm buying series, if you watched the video that I did a few days ago about the free stocks I'm buying, Visa, Microsoft and Facebook are free stocks that I'm really keen to buy at these sort of prices. So I'll definitely buy one of them, potentially two. So I'm kind of feeling towards Microsoft right now, just because it's a little bit smaller than, just because I've not added into it for a very long time. So it gives me an opportunity to add to Microsoft, where Visa I did add to about half a year ago. So I added that not too long ago compared to Microsoft. So Microsoft might be one that I'm tempted to add. And then Facebook, because I just see a lot of upside in Facebook right now, because I felt it was undervalued before the coronavirus hit, and now it's even more undervalued. Potentially Facebook as well, but you know, I would love to add Visa as well. So I'm, you know, Pinterest, Altria, Microsoft and potentially Facebook are ones that I'll add, but I'll confirm them all later in the week. But that's what I'm looking at. Like I say, Visa would be one that I'd be happy to add into. Disney is one that I'll add it in at some point, but I think the coronavirus might hit that for a lot longer term, and it's had its CEO change. Carnival is another stock that I'll add at some point. I don't know when. Obviously that's at stupidly cheap prices right now, but same again like Disney, I feel like the coronavirus will have a long-term effect on that, so I don't need to, you know, totally rush into that company going forward. And I did have a look at Apple and Adobe, but they just haven't come down to the right prices for me just yet. And I also did consider Amazon as well. I was looking at Amazon, but I don't think I'll buy that one just yet. I might have a little bit of a deeper look into it over the next few days and see what happens, but I did consider it, but I don't think I will. But I will have a little bit of a deep dive and see what's going on with the company and if it is at decent values, because I know the P obviously is the first, like, whoa, it is still quite a bit of an expensive stock kind of thing, so I will check that one out. But like I said, I will reveal all later this week about the stocks that I did buy, so make sure you check that video out. I'll try get it up for you on Thursday. But until then guys, as always, if you could give the video a like for me sharing my stock portfolio with you and giving you that kind of like transparency, that'll be absolutely amazing. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you on the next video.